Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on. It is 2:01 p.m. on the 13th day of June, 2023. The indictment of former President Donald Trump. Trump turns himself in at the Miami court is the CNN headline. And let me find our opening feed here from ABC News. Former President Trump to become first former president to be arraigned on federal criminal charges. Let's listen in momentarily.
This is a man who grew up in upstate New York, in Clay, New York, if my reading is correct. But he's been tested in the International Court of Law. He has tried some cases at the global level.
So this is a prosecutor who has significant experience in the federal system in the United States, but was also a prosecutor in The Hague investigating high-level war crimes. So this is someone who has worked, around and against foreign leaders and essentially investigating misconduct with the kind of highest possible human stakes at the United States federal government level, but also at the international level. I'm not sure there's anyone who has quite the bio that Jack Smith has in terms of this particular case that he is now bringing.
And Dan Abrams, he certainly knows the weight of this moment. Jack Smith does.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think this goes back to something that Pierre was talking about the speaking indictment, right? He knew not just that he had to put the details in the indictment, but the when does that get released? Think about it. If we were still waiting at this moment for the details of that indictment, if we still didn't know them, right? If we still knew, well, there are roughly 7 categories, roughly 7+ charges, which is what we knew at the outset.
Sounds like what I was saying the night before.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's all we knew,
yeah, that is,
right, at that point. That could be all we know today, and it would have created a vacuum, and an important one in the country where for the last 4 days.
Okay. We'll get back to that. Get back to a lot. We've got a lot, as you can imagine. Former President Trump is now in the courthouse. We are assuming he will be arraigned at some point. 3 p.m. was the scheduled time. He showed up. He is in the courthouse. He has shown up, drove by his supporters, not anywhere near what was anticipated as far as Trump supporters. And one of the reasons could be the fact that some of his former allies are not as hot on supporting Trump as they were at one point. Let's take a look here real quick at this particular raw story. The report says Proud Boys are not standing back and standing by for Trump this time. Proud Boys are largely ignoring the indictment of former President Donald Trump as the far-right group shifts its focus to attacking the LGBT community. This comes from Vice News. Despite the group being central to the J6 insurrection, local branch reportedly being involved in a protest outside the Miami courthouse that Trump is expected to be arraigned at Tuesday, members have been quiet about Trump's latest troubles. So there's just one aspect of so much of what this is going to be. As it is just beginning. This is just the first federal indictment, expecting indictments on that January 6th. I wanted to check here real quick and see if Ford Fisher was live. It does not appear he is. So we'll keep monitoring that and hop back. All right. Again, thank you all for watching. We're going to be just kind of hopping around. We're not going to see what's going on inside the courthouse. I'm going to be here for maybe 90 minutes. I'll be back tonight from 8 p.m. till probably 10 p.m., covering what happens after the indictment. So we'll be back on and have another loaded up bit of information to share. We'll hop back over. I'm monitoring CNN on one. Basically, everyone's kind of just trying to stall talking about what's going on, because we're not going to be able to see what's happening inside the courthouse. There'll be sketches that will be released to the media at after the fact, but no video, no live streaming, no audio recordings, nothing of any kind inside the federal courthouse. So I'm going to run through some stories here real quick. Michael Cohen issues a warning to Trump's personal valet and co-conspirator. I'm going to touch on that a little bit more here coming up, because that's something that's probably going to be more prevalent as this case does unfold. Former Donald Trump lawyer Michael Cohen appeared on MSNBC Monday as part of the conversation about the former president's legal problems. He thought Trump believed that there was some kind of magic power that lawyers possessed akin to a D&D protection cloak. Cohen didn't agree. I don't think he sees it that way. I see it more as he doesn't care who he throws under the bus, right? And as long as it's not him that's going to reap the repercussions, he doesn't particularly care. But he wants other people to do the stuff. Cohen says that. Hayes asked, and Cohen says yes. And if it's coming from a lawyer, therefore it's okay. It is better for him, because he always has the out that the lawyer should have known. That's why I have him. He's my lawyer. He should have told me. That's why it's plausible deniability in his mind. So basically, the reason there is a co-conspirator, if you will, Trump's personal valet, is because there is somebody that is positioned to take the fall. This was also from Raw Story. A coded message in Trump's post sends signal to far-right conspiracy theorists, according to an expert. The fact that Trump's tweet was, now that the seal is broken, in addition to closing the border and removing all of the criminal elements, blah, blah, blah. We read this last night. The argument is the use of seal and the fact that it is in single quotation. Wrote religion reporter and extremist expert Jeff Charlotte, it may be a nod to far-right conspiracy theorists trying to interpret current events through end times prophecy. For those that aren't aware, there are more than a few of those out there, including probably the former vice president and current presidential candidate, Mike Pence. America has been hiding non-human spacecrafts for decades, the new report claims. This isn't about this is about Trump, but there's other things going on, and we're going to touch on those headline wise, including Elon Musk. Hang on. Elon Musk asks Mosaic browser creator, how many years before AI kills us all? Also, Russia is in the headlines. Russia State TV warns the U.S. a nuclear strike will happen and that we are in the crosshairs. And that is according to a speech by Putin. The Koch network releases ads targeting the ex-president. Now, the Koch brothers are extremely well-known and long-time mega Republican supporters, and were Trump supporters. And he is saying Trump can't win. Political arm of the network, backed by billionaire Charles Koch, is releasing a slate of digital ads in key states aimed at the former president. So a lot of things going on. Let me check and see what Fox is showing here real quick. Trump arrives at Miami courthouse to face charges, and really, that's what primarily we are going to be seeing. Okay, this is ABC, and they're showing the. Let's get them. I got him paused. There we go. They were showing the president in the former president in his vehicle arriving. Again, an overhead look from outside. There are not anywhere near the number of people that were reported to be there. Of course, it's cold. It's a little chilly here in Indiana, but it's incredibly hot in Miami. However, the numbers are underwhelming. This, to me, is a sign, and I think it should be a sign to everybody in America that look, they say half of the people are upset about this and half of the people are happy about it. I don't think it's even close to half. And I wish they would stop saying that, because that just perpetuates the myth. There are some, I'm saying 14%. There are some in our country that are extremely enamored, for lack of a better word, with Trump and with Trumpism. And it's not anywhere near the number that they like to portray it is, that he likes to portray it is, and that the media likes to portray it is. And I'm thankful for that. Again, so far we haven't had any violence. We haven't had, to my knowledge, any arrests, and they are letting everyone pretty much commingle. So if it was ever going to go bad, this would probably be the time. And my greatest hope was that he would be arraigned, that there would be no incidents, and that everybody would go home. And we are, well, we're pretty close to halfway to that happening, and I do hope that happens. And again, we're just kind of looking down with ABC News. Got several sites up, and also some hold on, there we go. Also, some of the live streamers that many of you may know, some of them are in the crowd, and we'll check and see if we have any feeds from any of those folks that are actually boots on the ground, if you will, showing what is actually happening, because that's very important. We're seeing some more officers begin to move in. Homeland Security. Let's listen in for a second and see what's going on.
If it does, we'll certainly go to her right away. Again, we're expecting to hear from a member of Trump's team here. Let's listen. I don't see her on frame. There she is. Let's listen.
20 seconds. Come on, guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Hey, how far back do you want to go?
Okay. ABC is reporting former President Trump booking has been completed at the Miami courthouse. We are about to hear from one of his legal staff, not one of his actual attorneys, but a spokesperson. And let's see what comes of this.
Alina Habba, one of Trump's lawyers, and she signed the document that said all the classified documents had been turned over before the warrant was executed at Mar-a-Lago.
It's not about President Donald J. Trump, who is defiant. It is not about the Republican Party. It is not about the 2024 election. It is about the destruction of the long-standing American principles that have set this country apart for so long. In recent years.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, the person she represents is the main part of destroying that fabric, and we will move on. As a matter of fact, let's just take a look at, let me get it pulled up here before I pull over to it. Why is it not showing my bookmarks again? This is amazing. Twitter on this computer. This version of Twitter does not. That's why I like using the old one. Anyway, okay. Let me close it. Pull it back up and see if we can do it. Hang with me if you would, please. Again, we're going to be here a little bit this afternoon. I'll pop over here and get off of that. Okay, Anarchy Princess. We know Anarchy Princess. Anarchy Princess appears to be live, and I'm going to pop onto hers for just a moment here. And not be long enough to
doggies.
Yeah, just in time for doggies. As you can see from the ground, not a lot going on.
So the funniest part about them like stalking and harassing me in Florida, in Miami.
Okay. Again, Anarchy Princess, for those that know her, she is streaming live, and if you want to see what's happening on the ground from her perspective, get over there while she is broadcasting and spread the word. Let people know she's out there on the ground, actually showing what's going on. Let me just do this for a second. I'm going to bring up the Twitter. Hopefully I got the bookmarks that'll show up. They do. And again, Anarchy Princess is on the ground. She's got a live stream going from the courthouse. Donald Trump now under arrest is the breaking headline from on CNN at the moment. Run down through these really fast here. This first one comes from Mud Puppy. It's what the kids call a meme. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 13,000 times. I'm a Trump supporter. Sources told ABC News James Trusty, former Trump attorney, told federal investigators that classified materials had been electronically copied onto the laptop of an aide. The aide that is also charged with the charges Trump's charged with. The aide apparently did not know that they had scanned classified materials onto their laptop, sources told CNN. Again, I pointed out earlier what Cohen said to the co-conspirator, you will be thrown under the bus. A little more on that. Here's a picture of Walt Nauta. He is the aide in question, and responds to a text, quote, sorry, POTUS had my phone. It seems Trump used cell phones that were not his to communicate with others, therefore avoiding a paper trail. Um, in case you didn't know, if you weren't watching earlier on in the coverage, a suspicious package was found at the site at the courthouse. It was a big screen TV monitor with some uh, sketchy looking wiring attached to the back. And let's give a listen here real quick to Scootercaster Freedom News TV.
Looks like they're inspecting something.
Move back, please. Move back.
Loud. And you'll notice the sign in the background.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. You too, man. Yeah, everybody needs to go back. How far back? Appreciate it, guys. Just a couple of pieces.
When you get a bomb threat, the first thing you want to do is get as many police officers with bicycles over near it.
Okay, so that's what went down this afternoon, and the potential threat was removed, and everything was restored to normal. If I'm elected president, quote, if I'm elected the next president, I will pardon Donald J. Trump, Vivek Ramaswamy, who has declared for the presidency. He made that statement today to very little fanfare. Also, the mayor of Miami is going to be declaring to run for president on the Republican side. A lot of these dudes are doing this kind of stuff in hopes of becoming vice president. That's for another episode. Again, police investigated around the sign. The communist-controlled news media. It was on a monitor with some sketchy wiring, and has been cleared outside Miami Federal Courthouse. And of course, Trump is there now, or had it not been cleared, he would not have been there. Again, the headline on CNN: Donald Trump now under arrest. This also from Scooter and Freedom News TV. Highly recommend you follow them on Twitter. We love Trump. Trump supporters chant, "Trump is a dick. Trump is a dick." Counter protesters chant. And we'll listen in here for just a couple of seconds just to give you a feel.
Oh, yeah. We want Trump! Oh, yeah. We want Trump! We want Trump! We want Trump!
Trump's a dick!
Yes, he is!
Trump's a dick!
Yes, he is!
Trump's a dick!
Yes, he is!
Trump's a dick!
Yes, he is! Trump's a dick! Get off me!
So you get an idea. There aren't a lot of either. There aren't the 50,000 people that social media said was going to be coming, and there aren't the huge number of Trump protesters, if you will. This is Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer spoke earlier this afternoon, and I'm just not going to play what she had to say. So that's a look at our Twitter feed. We'll pop back over here to ABC News. They seem to have the best aerial feed at the moment. Similar, I don't know if it's a pool feed or if they're all at the same site, but a couple of others have the same. There's Bill Barr. So let's hop back over here to no. Let's hop back over and Okay, the one called Oreo Express. He has a stream up as well. I would recommend going to watch Anarchy Princess, but those that do know who he is streaming. He's got his second stream up now. It's live, Miami, Florida, Trump indictment. Okay, warning, don't pacify yourself. Take action now. Okay, it's pole shift guy. Let's just scroll down here and let's see who all has live feeds up. Of course, we've got ABC. Let's see Anarchy Princess again. Highly recommend. Fox Business. Okay. Again, there just are not a lot of people there. This is live from the Fox Business camera, and basically no one in the shot. So kind of waiting around here. I don't really want to check Freedom. Let's see what he's saying. See what they're pretty much showing copyright music. Not going to play that. Okay. ABC seems to have the best coverage. Let's just see what Democracy Now. Okay, they're chatting NBC. There's nothing going on. The only thing that's going on, is going on inside at the moment, and CNN headline: Donald Trump now under arrest outside the courtroom. Let's bop over here real quick and see what ABC is. Okay, let's put that on. Let's see I wanted to see what ABC was showing before I just popped it out here. Giving you a good aerial view. Okay. President Trump has been processed and booked, so he is indeed now under arrest. It is presumed, and honestly, I still question why, but it is presumed that he will be released without any requirement of bail, or that he is not a flight risk, that he's not a danger to the country. That is what's presumed, that he's going to be released, and we'll be giving a speech at a fundraiser tonight in New Jersey, and we're going to cover that again. Going to be on here for a little bit this afternoon. Things are much different than I myself, and I think most anticipated. In fact, just the sheer number of people that actually showed up, rather minuscule. And is this a statement that the Trump thing is finally dying, that people are finally waking up and going, man, what an idiot I was? Not everybody, of course, but I kind of think maybe more and more and more and more will. At least I hope so. It's really important for the future of our country. And as far as is Joe Biden the future of our country, that's for another episode. And people know my opinion on that. Um, I'm elated. I'm 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 surprised. Now it hasn't. We're not through it. It's not over. Um, but it's a pretty foregone conclusion. You know, that one guy said, what did he say yesterday? If he gets indoctrinated, then it's going to kick off. Well, he meant if he gets indicted, and he was indicted already. The indictment went out. He just now has been arrested. So they don't all understand much of anything, really, but God bless their pea-picking hearts. Again, as we pointed out last night, the top of the building is shaped like a boat, a ship. 31 counts of espionage, lock him up, is what one of the signs says there. As you can see, that's either a really, really tall guy right here, or standing on somebody else's shoulders. Metaphorically. Bunch of microphones around. Okay, their techs are coming to pick up their equipment. Awaiting the arraignment hearing. So the hearing has not started. I just that dude up on somebody else's shoulders. I don't know, that just ain't cool, in my opinion. But you know, whatever. Awaiting the arraignment. So now it's a question of, has he been put into a cell, as would be the normal situation once somebody is placed under arrest while they are awaiting their initial court hearing. Also a question of, how is his co-conspirator being treated? Are they both being treated the same way? We'll see. We'll see. Let me pop back over here to YouTube. I want to check in one more time with AP just for a couple of brief moments. If she's still on, I just lost my monitor. Okay. So let's see. Is she still on? She is. I'm going to pop back in and show you, share just for a quick moment here, live Anarchy Princess from from street level, outside the courthouse where Donald Trump's being arraigned, awaiting an arraignment hearing. And go over there, watch Anarchy Princess, watch her stream, and make sure she stays safe. She can take care of herself. We all know that, but at the same time, she's not on her normal turf. And even though there aren't as many of them there as anticipated, there still are an overwhelming number of Trump people there compared to non-Trump people. Just say that. And again, just because nothing has happened doesn't mean it's not going to. And that's not why we're here. We're not here just to watch something happen. The hope was nothing would happen, and it appears to be that way. I'm going to be back on at 8 o'clock tonight, probably from 8 to 10, covering Trump's whatever he has to say, assuming again that he is not held pending bail or held without bail as a flight risk, as a threat to the country. And we're assuming that he's going to be in New Jersey in just a few hours, making $2 million at a very high dollar fundraiser. I don't know. I don't think it's what the I don't think it's what the intent of the country was when it was drawn up, but it's what the politics is at the moment, and doesn't seem like enough people care to change it, because this is a moment when things could be changed. Just saying. All right, thank you for tuning in. Again, this is Anarchy Princess's stream. Head over there. We'll see you tonight at 8 p.m. We'll be covering we'll look back at what happened with the indictment, with the hearing, and covering his words as his public statement coming from New Jersey later on tonight. Former President Trump, again, arraigned, and headline from CNN is Trump under arrest. And we'll end it with that. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m.